And we begin in Atlanta, where the police department released body cam footage related to the fatal shooting of Manuel Tehran, aka Tortuguita, forest defender who was camped out trying to prevent the construction of Cop City. Tortuguita was shot more than 3 weeks ago, and looking at the footage, you can see why it took so long for authorities to release it. The video seems to confirm what forest defenders said all along, that Tortuguita did not fire on police, and that the officer who was allegedly injured by gunfire was actually shot by a fellow cop. Now, just to set this up quick, it was a Georgia Bureau of Investigation SWAT team that carried out the killing, and the GBI has long claimed that it doesn't have footage of the actual shooting. What was released on Wednesday was body cam footage of Atlanta police officers who were in the forest near the scene, and you can see their reactions to it. You can hear dozens of rounds of gunfire in the distance, radio voices saying that an officer is down, and in the aftermath, one cop can be heard on camera discussing how GBI SWAT shot one of their own officers. Content warning here, you do hear gunshots.
Oh, shit. Is this target practice? It should be.
No, that sounded like suppressed gunfire.
You fucked your own officer up.
Quote, you fucked your own officer up. Notice also a cop describes what he heard as suppressed gunfire, which is typical of police firearms. Separate body cam footage captured another Atlanta police officer talking about friendly fire. Listen carefully here.
Did they shoot their own man? Huh?
We don't know where you got shot by. That'd be the first thing we need.
The first one, they say was suppressed. That's for now.
Y'all check yourselves, make sure y'all are straight.
I'm alive.
So the officer at the beginning says they shoot their own man, to which someone can be heard saying, mm-hmm. And another officer then describes the first 3 gunshots he heard as suppressed fire, which again is typical of police firearms. At the end of the clip, officers are then advised to give themselves a check to make sure they weren't hit by friendly fire as well. This footage is surely to spark even louder calls for an independent investigation into Tortuguita's death. Members of Congress, including Cori Bush, Rashida Tlaib, and Senator Ed Markey, have already called for an independent probe. Currently, the GBI is conducting the review, which basically means it's investigating itself. Meanwhile, police have increased their presence in the forest around construction site for Cop City. And last week, Atlanta Mayor Andre Dickens announced that a land disturbance permit had been approved for the project. That's despite opposition to it from DeKalb County Commissioner Ted Terry. Also, 2 members of a commission overseeing the construction of Cop City have since come out opposed to it. One member of the commission called for the construction permit to be revoked for environmental reasons, and another resigned following the death of Tortuguita, saying they don't want to be associated with something that's now resulted in someone's life being taken away.